Welcome back to episode 8 of the RaceNuts podcast, everyone. Dan and I are here to go over what's been happening in the motorsport world and the world in general. So, what's been up, Dan?
Fair bit. We've had a busy weekend this weekend. Speed Series down at Phillip Island, which is the first year in a couple of years that we actually have been there.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Yeah, we normally do get down there, which is a great event.
But unfortunately, I've got to go pay bills, and you've been down with our good friend Adam.
Yeah.
It was in Ballarat.
Yeah,
for
we're at
the 455 karting series.
4SS karting series. I can see how you get that mixed up because the fucking font of the writing.
It does look like fives.
Yeah. Not a bad weekend. Struggled with setup for that. And Adam found the track a bit against his flow, so hopefully next time we get around there, it'll be much better.
Well, mate, before we kick off into this episode, I think we'll just take a moment to acknowledge the tragic events in Sydney that happened over the last weekend, and we, both you and me, and the whole RaceNuts team send our condolences to all the victims of that tragic event. We're not gonna go into it too much here because more likely everything about it already, but we're just gonna acknowledge those tragic events and send our thoughts to those to the friends and families of the victims.
Yeah.
So, mate, you want to with that now in the rearview mirror? Do you want to kick off into the big story of our little world? Brodie is back.
Brodie is back. Bib. We'll call it Bib.
No.
So I still don't understand why he's back, in a sense of so much has happened, and just for Erebus to release a statement to say he's back at taupō, New Zealand, which is the round we're heading into this coming weekend. I get that they've said they're prioritising his health and stuff, but I can't, along with many other people, I believe, ignore Coca-Cola and all those major sponsors leaving.
And
if he's just prioritising his health, it doesn't make any sense. So you can't be that. No sponsor in this world with such a big public image would leave because of someone is having a mental health break or something.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is really believing the mental health story at all.
It would play a part, I reckon, definitely, but
maybe. But with all the rumors going around, like it was mental, like you said, mental health. It was a thing of Brodie needs a break for whatever reason. You don't see long-term sponsors like Shaw and Partners going, and you wouldn't see Coca-Cola going. Like they've just landed the best deal ever of jumping on with. I imagine they would have jumped on for a reasonable price. Yeah. At the end of 22 and landed on the championship winning team. So
it's definitely something I want to make a video about and really deep dive, because it's just not good enough, and I'm sure there will be plenty of media coverage at taupō of Brodie, so we'll find out some more. Probably some more PR crap, but we'll find out some more.
So what's interesting is, so a lot of the motorsports outlets have been tiptoeing around it for various legal reasons. The rumour I've heard is that certain organisations have sent legal threatening letters saying, if you do this, we might sue you back and we will cut ties, which obviously for some of these guys, they really need that entry into that little world. Yeah. But reported from outside the motorsport circle by Nine Sports was apparently it's an email that Brodie Kostecki's lawyers have sent to them that they claim is an email threatening to sue Brodie for the sum of up to, if not more, $4 million.
Yeah.
For the loss of income due to their sponsors pulling out.
Oh God. It's a bloody mess there. I mean, Todd Hazelwood, he handled that with absolute grace and as best he could, but just there's so much to it, and it's not a problem necessarily that it's happened. It is, but it isn't. It's a problem. There's severe lack of transparency in such a public and the biggest category in Australia. That's where the issue is, because the fans are just left here, out here, not knowing a bloody thing, and we just want something that actually makes a bit of sense here.
Well, apparently Erebus has a history of NDAs when things go belly up, such as how things departed between them and Will Davison, I think it was.
Yeah.
In 2016, I think. I could be wrong now. I'm trying to do that off the top of my head. But this could be a part of it. Of if they wanted him out, if he wanted out, he was going to sign the NDA. So I reckon anything we do, I reckon we might wait until probably this time next year to do anything with it, because then the NDAs might be lifted and we might have the full story, at least from one side. There's always two sides of a coin, but we're considering some of the rumours going around about what happened in Adelaide. That's something we gotta wait and see.
Yeah. There's so much there's so much to it. Like even Peter Adderton really wanting to pull all his money out of motorsport, and whether that's
I think that's
a
Peter
lot of
Peter.
Yeah. If that's just Peter being Peter, like good on him. His image is getting around in his boost gear and all that, and we're talking about him. But if he does pull out of the big leagues of motorsport, hopefully he can go find some smaller drivers and teams and all that. Get behind them some.
He says this whole time he's going to pull out, and then he puts another 2 years on the sponsorship of the Gold Coast 500, and then he complains that his money apparently isn't any good for supercars, and then he goes and buys out the arm-rolled pole position.
Yeah.
So and he's skillfully turned this whole story about, because obviously there's a couple of drivers, most notably Chaz and the Red Bull boys, who have conflicting sponsors.
Yeah.
And they've successfully managed to get a exemption from supercars to not wear the boost hat. And he successfully used that controversy. Oh God.
Yeah.
That he's deliberately stirred up, because that was a non-story until he blew it up, and he arguably got so much more exposure from it.
Yeah. I mean, when that did happen a couple of weeks ago now, it was everywhere. It was everyone was reporting it, and it's like, holy crap. And I don't know how much free advertising Boost has gotten from all this, because their image of Peter's everywhere and his Boost gear, it's all on the news websites and all that. And when you think about that, he's got his image on there for free, and instead of paying for an ad on that website or whatever, so it rack up into the hundreds of thousands of free exposure.
Yeah.
So, here's a bit give and take, I think, on his opinions. Good with the bad kind of operation.
Oh no! All I know, as I've learned, is if you argue with him in the comments, he will reply.
Yeah.
So, along with the Erebus story is, last year before all this happened, you saw that David Russell, who had been co-driving with Brodie for the last 2 or 3 years, he was meant to be signed on to stay with Erebus for 24. I think maybe even for 25. Just a couple of days after Brodie announced that he was coming back, he announced that he was departing the team to go drive with Jimmy Golding at Premier Racing.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people I think people are reading a little bit into this of, he was so disgusted, blah, 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 he felt he left. I don't know the bloke, so that could be an option. I think he just thought, Brodie's gone, me and him was such a good team, my place here isn't certain, I'm going to suss out what's the go.
Yeah.
And before he knew Brodie was going to come back in the end, he'd already signed that deal to go.
Yeah. And just looking at this, Brodie never actually... Louis just found this on the fly here. Brodie never actually left the racing scene necessarily. Last Saturday, he was actually at High Tech Oils Toowoomba Speedway in Queensland.
Yeah, I
I
think
was just
I think
looks
he's
like
done a couple of those.
yeah. I don't think he was driving by the looks of it, but he was getting around a team that was there. Maybe his team. I'm not quite sure. It's
No, I got a feeling he
BK. I don't know, BK something. I can't quite. Oh, there we go. BK Trading Australia. Maybe that's Brodie Kostecki Trading Australia. I'm not too sure, but that's just off the Sprint Car Hub Facebook. So
I'm
that
looking. Oh no, that's
just yeah.
December.
So yeah,
So I
I
was
just
going through
found
his
out.
Facebook, but yeah,
He's come out publicly a lot more because I don't think there was a single thing about him publicly much besides
no,
the Australian Motorsport Awards and all that,
yeah,
So it's good to see that he's smiling in the photos taken by the photographers at the track there. And hopefully his test at Winton too. I don't know how he went there by any means.
I think that was more just to wipe out the cobwebs.
Yeah.
Get it on because the cars have changed. Not the Camaro, or they both have changed, but the Camaro marginally less than the Ford to even out the parity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying to think anything more of Erebus. I think that's really David Russell leaving. That's opened the door for possibly Jada to co-drive. He was in the talkings for to drive with Todd Hazelwood if Todd did stay on.
Yeah.
But obviously that changed, and that changed again with David Russell's departure, so he might be back in the seat. Which would be good because he won the 6 hour twice now.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I don't have that much of a dab on the 6 hour races, but I do know it's a good event. That's what I do know. It's a great event to get around. Good way to spend Easter weekend. Wish we could have got there, but the Australian Grand Prix took care of all our fucking money that we had. So
it beat us like a rug.
Yeah. I mean, I got a Piastri shirt and a McLaren hat out of it, and that's all the merch I bought. I didn't actually buy any other merch.
This is the first year that I haven't brought any race gear. Like, I brought just a generic Australian Grand Prix singlet.
Yeah.
And that was for two reasons. One, everything's definitely gone up even more now, and nothing's in Dunny Boy size. Which is partly my own fault, but, like, come on, get some free XLs going.
Yeah, get them rolling for the boys. Wife beater sizes and all that. Alright, so what else do we have? We had the Speed Series at Phillip Island, as we mentioned earlier. Didn't get into great detail earlier, but as we did say, it's our first time in 3 odd years missing out on that event, and as you and I discussed in just a message chat, that place is a good place to go because it creates a lot of memories.
I was I was working all throughout the weekend, so I missed any live coverage completely. So I've watched a couple of the replays, but nothing really too much.
I am aware that Clay Richards, our local boy, he got up there. He did third really position, well. And I think he actually Carl Cox was actually there, the team owner, from what I saw on Clay's social media. Social? No, I follow Clay on socials, but I don't follow Carl Cox.
Follow Carl Cox. Oh, that bloke is all over. I don't know what the hell he does. Sometimes, like, one day he'll be in a NASCAR. Another day he'll be like doing a DJ set. I'm pretty sure he's American.
Yeah.
He'll be doing like a DJ set, and then he'll be posting about TCR and then MotoGP. I was like, what is this bloke? What is he doing? Like I think Saturday night, he put something up that, like, obviously he was at the track Saturday for the race.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night he was DJing some club in Melbourne.
Oh, okay. So I'm.
I don't know what I need to do a deep dive on the bloke.
Mate, I've just gone onto his Facebook here. You'd love it. You gotta check out his Facebook. His page is, he's got 2.9 million followers, so he's huge, and he's a musician / band. So yeah, he's a DJ. Obviously, he went huge and sold a lot of big songs and stuff, but it's good to know he has a passion for motorsport and gets stuck in.
Yeah, if you go down to 27th Marches, him and what is that? Looks like an improved production or something like that.
Oh yeah, I've got that here. He enjoys long walks on the beach, techno, and drag car racing.
That's what it is, a drag car.
Yeah.
His page is unreal. It's just like DJing a statement about something. I don't know. I can't be stuck reading that. DJ lasers. DJ.
And
Race cars.
his cover photo has me. That's it's like Terminator vibes almost.
That should help.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I don't have too much knowledge. I've watched the races, but I've sort of been tuned out at the same time. So I did watch the last 10 minutes of the Saturday GT race because that was just up on 7+.
Yep.
So Renee Gracie in the last 15 odd minutes of the first GT race was actually up in the third off a safety car restart.
Yeah. Is she still in the trophy series? Do we know that?
No, I think she's the next category up. She's still in an Audi, but I think this is a newer model. Because that was the big thing from last year of people giving her dramas. Oh, like you're only winning a category with 3 or 4 cars, but like, it's like, yeah, but this is a 5-year-old car.
Yeah.
So, anyway, she locked the rears up coming into turn 2 and just went straight off. So she got back going, but like awesome. The couple laps later, we had that. I seen in the video that Mercedes GT just binning it on the main drag.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the race, basically. But anyway, watch it. There was a lot of actual good fighting. The new Ferraris look fast.
I think I've made a mistake here. I'm trying to find what she's driving.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just put in Renee Gracie. I should have put in 2024 campaign or something because a lot.
It
just
looks
came
identical
up.
to last year, but I don't know if it's the same. If it's a new car or not. Because I remember her saying,
I know she's
going to get a new car to go up a category.
They've got she got a GT4 Janetta as well this year. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think I remember that in. I'm actually just finding out like a lot more. I've just got onto the GT World Challenge Australia website, and it's saying she's closing in on confirming her co-driver. Oh, okay, so she's getting a co-driver.
Oh no, well that's old thing because that's what she's running in Pro-Am because I remember she had a co-driver. I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, so she's stepped up to the Pro-Am GT class in this time around. So there we go. She's in Pro-Am.
I think she had some plans to go into the States and doing some GT stuff, but also I think they're falling apart.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to go international. Yeah,
so that's all I really can comment with speed to. I haven't watched the Trans-Am races yet. I watched race 1, but I can't remember a thing about it.
Yeah.
But what I will say, drone camera. They've got one. They've got a drone cam, and it's mint.
It's the way to go.
Oh, I might throw some clips up of it if I can get them off YouTube.
For a quick comparison, is the drone camera better than the zipline camera that we saw at Bathurst?
Well, for the fact that, to my knowledge, it has not hit the ground. I'd say yes. No, it wasn't like chasing the car. Or it wasn't chasing the car around. It was like one time it was tracking over like turn 1, 3, 4,
Southern
5.
Loop kind of Miller's Corner.
Yeah, like from the apex of turn 1 towards Siberia.
Yeah.
And then there was other times. That was really cool, where I was just facing down over Miller Corner, and you could see like during the first lap, you could see the lines everyone was taking.
It wasn't like a crappy broadcast. It was smooth for that.
Yeah, it was actually nice. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So that's something to really look forward to then. No. Hopefully they crack that puppy out.
I think they will be because it was that was just a real good product.
Yeah.
Moving on to a little bit more Formula One news. This one a little bit hits closer at home. There's a new book flying around. I think it's called Formula One Sensations or something like that. It's about just
a new book.
just about Formula One stories.
Yeah.
And in this story, good old friend Toto Wolff has I'll bring up the quotes here.
Gone in on Massey apparently.
Yeah, he's let his true feelings show towards Michael Massey.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not right, so it's not right.
Not his fault.
Yeah,
Controversial, but it's not his fault. Here we go.
Alright, give us the quotes, Dan.
Hang on, let me just find my spot in the article.
So who's the article by? That's Godovich?
This is the story's everywhere, but this particular article is from speedcafe.com.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the actual quote. Just Jesus, match it right. Remains. He's a totally unimportant person. He lives on the other side of the world, and nobody is interested in him. He really was an utter pathological egomaniac.
So is that dated, that quote? Is that like for a year after or two?
No, that's been recently. Whenever they wrote that book, and I'm pretty sure that book's been written in the last 6 to 8 months.
Yeah,
because it's coming out soon.
And he's just gone in on Michael Massey.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's the big quote calling him an egomaniac. In that one individual, Michael Massey did not follow the rules. He just left it to happen.
Yeah.
When I think about it again, it's unfair what happened to Lewis and the team that day, Wolff said. But yeah, that's the big one. He's a totally unimportant person, lives on the other side of the world, and nobody is interested in him. He really was another pathological egomaniac.
Whoever asked Toto that, like, whoever said, so, Michael Massey, I think they wouldn't have had to say anymore. They probably didn't even get to say Massey. They just said Michael, like, halfway through.
No, it would have been, well, thanks for sitting there for the eagle. Oh, Massey was an asshole.
Well, I look forward to reading that.
Yeah. I wonder what he's going to say about Christian when he's gone.
Oh, gosh. There's warfare. There's warfare.
Do you want to take us through mud trials?
Yeah, so mud trials, I'm surprised I haven't posted much on their Facebook because I'd love to share it to let all the local fans know. We're heading into our first round of mud trials. Well, when I say they're doing it. We're just going to rock up and, I don't know, take photos and hang out with everyone. Just have a good time. I don't know, cook some lunch and have a good day out. So they've got their first one coming this weekend on, just wait, make sure I get my dates right here, on the 21st of April at Glenburn. So last year we went to quite a few. Photographed quite a lot, all of the ones we went to. Always a fun day out. I'm looking forward to it. First one of the year, and they don't disappoint on the mud part of it. And it's a different discipline in motorsport, which is local and good to get into. So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
Well, that's good, man. Well, we'll start to wrap this little episode down. With a look forward to, obviously, as mentioned earlier, we are at taupō, or not us, literally.
taupō, nice. I think.
No, it's taupō.
Taupō. Oh, okay, well. Anyway, if someone listens this far, they'll grill us for our pronunciation anyway.
Anyway, so that's where we're going next. Just have a quick little run through online of what's said to be about the track. I opened in 2007. It's hosted a couple of rounds of the AGP season, which is like a little open wheel category that it's interesting, but we just don't have enough time to go into tonight. There's no one owned by Tony Quinn, who seems to own pretty much every other track.
He loves it, mate. He loves it. Oh, mate, formerly owned by Bruce McLaren. So there's a little.
No, former names.
Oh.
Former name,
Well,
Buchanan Motorsports.
I would say there's every chance he owned it then. If it's
I
named after him.
hang on, what? Open in 1990. Open. What? Hang on, this says open in 1959.
Yeah.
This says open 2007.
Hey, it's Wikipedia, mate. Don't
Hey, Wiki's
question
normally
it
pretty
too
good.
much. Hey.
Okay, maybe this is like Phillip Island where there was like a road around it. The old Phillip Island track used to just be like, that main road we drive into now.
Yeah.
That was like the main straight, and it just used to go. Just used to like go on the. I think I was
just into a couple paddocks or some shit.
I was reading something the other day because I was writing down all Australian Grand Prix winners, regardless if it was the Formula 1 Grand Prix or just the Australian Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And I think it was saying that when it held its first race in 1927, or the first Australian Grand Prix in 1927, a lap was 21 minutes. Something was the fastest lap.
Oh my god, that's outrageous.
Probably because the track was fucking huge and the cars were slow as shit.
Yeah. Could you imagine trying to improve sectors on a track that is 21 minutes long? Like I know people. How fast do people lap the Nürburgring in? Like 7 minutes or something?
I think that's the record, 7 minutes, something like that.
Yeah. I'll look up just for a bit of.
Pull that up, Jeremy.
I've pulled it up. So, for all Nürburgring, I know we've started at taupō here. Now we're in Germany. Hey, that sounds like World War II. Sorry.
Dude, it's horrible.
What?
I had the exact same thought, but in the actual correct historical content.
So the lap record at Nürburgring is 5 minutes 19 seconds, 0.5, set by a Porsche Evo in hybrid Evo in 2018 on the 20.8 kilometer Nordschleife. So, well, there's the Nürburgring lap record, which is very irrelevant to what we're talking about.
Well, we'll deep dive into. If you made it this far, well done.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit lighter of an episode. I'm exhausted. Ash is exhausted. We've had a big going on, but we're going to try for more regular episodes. So, say I'm trying to cram in 2.5 weeks worth of things. We're going to try and cram in just one weekend every week from now on.
Yeah, we'll do a debrief kind of thing is what we're thinking. We'll debrief the race weekend that had just happened.
So before we love and leave you, I've got a movie recommendation for you, Ash.
Yeah, I'll
watch it.
Hit me.
So,
is it Ford vs Ferrari? I've already watched that.
No. I'd actually argue it's a little bit better. Or not a little bit better,
Whoa.
but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Do you currently have Stan?
No, my subscription ran out the other day. But if it's the Renee Gracie revealed thing, I do want to watch that.
I don't think that will be on Stan.
She promoted it.
Righto. We'll discuss this later. But so I was in a hotel the other night, and some poor soul had left their Stan logged in for me. So I had a roll around going, what's new on Stan? So I haven't had it for a few months. And now this movie, I've seen clips of it every now and then on TikTok, and I keep going, damn, that looks good. Where can I watch it? And that's always like, for Amazon for $20. Like, I'm not paying $20. Yeah. So when you get an opportunity to steal someone else's Stan account, do yourself a favour, watch The World's Fastest Indian is the name of the movie.
Oh, is that the motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen clips of that, and I have been meaning to watch that, but now that I know where it is...
It is awesome. If I'm home at some point, I'll watch it again with you.
Yeah.
This tells a story of
a
Burt
Kiwi
Munro.
fella?
Yeah, the Kiwi bloke from his name is Burt Munro.
Yeah.
And I won't spoil too much of the movie for you, but like he's pretty much he's built this mad, insane bike.
Yeah.
Stupid fast, and pretty much his lifelong dream is to take it over and have a crack at the world speed record in the United States.
Yeah, on the Salt Flats or something. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Oh, as I said, I've seen clips, and like that's all I know about it is, it's a really good, true story, isn't it? Is that
Yes.
right? Yeah.
There's a lot of liberties. The first thing I do when I always watch one of those movies is start researching the real thing. So there's a lot of liberties made with the movie, but it's like the spirit's there.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna get around that. Now that I know where it is, I might have to actually get Stan back just for that.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll definitely get around that.
Right, mate, I think we'll call it there.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for listening. If you got this far, enjoy the edited version of this because the raw version is rough.
If there's a lot of cuts, there was a lot of shit talking between times.
Yeah.
And a mention of one of Ash's cats.
Yeah. She dislocated her knee recently, so she's had to be babied.
How?
I don't know. Cat things. Anyway, we'll wrap it up there. So, thank you very much.
We'll be back next week.